As the car is sitting high, they decide to put the engine back in, giving the car its final weight and ride position. This will allow them to see how close they are to the Jet 1 look.
You're going to hear a crunch, yeah?
But Bernie's new all-singing, all-dancing engine is now much longer and with the carburettor wider than the original Rover engine.
Mighty tight. Very, very, very tight. Whoa, what's that? Whoa! Got the linkage there.
I didn't see that. Up, up, up.
But we're having to make a lot of alterations and somehow we've got to make it fit. Well, we're just making ourselves more and more and more work all the time. That's down. So that is really in line there?
That's where it's going to sit.
Right.
Having solved one problem, another crisis rears its ugly head. The track of the wheels is too wide. They're protruding outside the arches.
The Jaguar front beam and rear beam are obviously wider than the original chassis and front beam setup of the Rover. And what we've got to try and do is compensate for everything, but make it safe, but also make it look right.
Wheels beyond the arches aren't just illegal, they also don't match the Jet 1's sleek look.
We cannot just flare the wings. If you flare the wings, it's going to be totally different than the Jet 1. Look at this, the wheels, original wheels are sticking out this much, but we need narrow wheels so that it goes inside the body instead of flaring the arch.
The team must now find a more slender set of wheels.
Without the wheels, it's always, you cannot finish the design work. We've been sitting for like 2-3 weeks almost.
The original Rover wheels won't fit onto Jaguar hubs, so Bernie has to source a set that will fit perfectly onto the new running gear. And he's rather excited.
4 old wheels I bought, 4 old bleating wheels. They're old, they're rusty, I've got them for £10.22. Might as well give them away.
Just one small problem, no tyres. Your average high street tyre shop doesn't stock wheels this rare. So Bernie's tracked down a supplier in Doncaster, experts in vintage tyres for classic vehicles. Donning his lucky shirt, Bernie meets tyre specialist Dougal.
Hi.
Right, Bernie, I'm Dougal.
Hi, Dougal.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Anything he doesn't know about tyres just ain't worth knowing.
Tell me, you'll do it.
So obviously I need the thinnest tyre we can get, but we've got to be able to do 150 miles an hour.
150? Well, I've got a very similar tyre to that. It's a 185 VR 15 Michelin X VS.
But Bernie's looking for a 185 VR 15 XVT. Oh, this'll do.
Now, 185 VR 15 XVS.
Right.
The V stands for 150 mile an hour speed rating.
Right.
The R says radial. 15 inches for rim size. XVS tread pattern.
You got them in stock, I've got to have them.
I got them in stock.
Lovely. That sounds really, really good.
Oh, I'm tired of that joke.
Oh, tired. T-Y-R-E-D. Oh.
These tyres not only have a thinner profile, but will allow the car to travel safely up to their target speed.
150 miles an hour, here he comes.
Anyone going to London?
It's a new day, and Bernie's managed to find his way back to London. Leepu's well keen to check out Bernie's new bit of rubber.
I can see the big difference already, but the car needs to be dropped on the ground, and then we'll exactly find out how much the whole tire went inside the body.
These are 2 inches narrower and should fit flush within the wheel arches.
Oh shit! Tires are sticking out. Legally, you cannot drive this car on the road like this. You have to modify the wings to fit the tire inside the body. Right?
By not having wheels that are flush with the body, they risk losing the integrity of the car's classic lines.
It's going to be different than the original design.
I've done my best, Leepu. I've done my best.
Yeah, I understand. You cannot do more than this. The way Jools Holland wants, it's a problem.
It's just giving you twice as much work.
It's like you are composing a music but it doesn't match with the real lyrics.
It's not going well for the boys either. They're having a nightmare fitting the brake master cylinder.
Need a pedal box and a remote servo.
Kind of essential when you want to stop at 152 miles per hour.
What we can do is cut a bit more out of there.
Bernie's shiny new carbs are taking up all the space.
We'll whack that on, you know what I mean? And that's going to be right in the way of the carb. This ain't going to work.
As the master cylinder can't be squeezed in, the boys will need to come up with a smaller replacement.
Nothing fits, right? So what we're doing is we're making something from 54 years old up to the standard of a Jaguar with a Jaguar engine, box, axle, front and rear suspension. And now we're stuck with a servo. You know, it's just like going round and round and round and round the houses. Will I be able to see this out before I go and meet the great mechanic in the sky? I hope you're listening to me, geezer, because I don't want me nuts tightened with a small spanner.
Bernie needs to find a new pedal box and a servo to replace the Jaguar's braking system. The team heads down to the local breakers.
We've got to look for one which is going to fit in that very, very small hole which we've got left. Because everything's taken up by the engine, by the carburetors, and we're just making the inside smaller and smaller and smaller. Quite small, that as well, isn't it?
I think I might have sorted it. What you got?
Well, look, that's off a Clio, that's off an Escort.
Yeah.
But it's quite small, stumpy. Reckon that'll work on it. It's a lot shorter and stubbier.
I think that'll do the job, guys.
Yeah, we can make it all fit.
Yeah,
It's all bad, isn't it? Making all different shit go together, making it work.
Arriving back at the garage, Bernie is greeted with some very bad news from a building surveyor. There's a major structural problem. A large crack has developed in the roof and it needs to be repaired. It is urgent and needs to be fixed immediately. Chop Shop are about to become homeless. What's the worst that could happen? Well, a train could fall on your head, Bernie.
What the hell am I going to do? What the hell am I going to do? I mean, I needed this like a bloody hole in the head, right in the middle of everything. We've got to get out, and it's immediate. You know, it's the garage, it's in me living. We build cars in here. We've got to vacate this arch. All the cars have got to go, everything. What we're going to do, work on the street?
Chop Shop has only a few days to clear out. The following day, Bernie begins his search for a new arch.
You've got my number there. Please call me back.
And Sean and Lee, in spite of the distractions, start work on the new pedal box.
Where's the box? Where's the pedal? Where I'm sitting here now, that's exactly where I need the pedals to be situated.
Even with their newly found slimline braking system, it still won't fit.
The only way we can really do it is if you mount the reservoir over that side, the master cylinder over that side, build a bar. So when you push down on the brake pedal, it pushes the bar, pushes the cylinder in.
The linkage, right, that has to be very solid and rigid. If it flex a little bit, we'll miss the brake.
With Jools Holland's life in their hands, mechanics Lee and Sean commence on an extra safe fabrication job.
Give that box section a spank with hammer. Alright, not like that. That's good enough for me.
But will it be good enough for their client, Jools Holland?
It's got to stop, and it's got to stop right. We couldn't lash it up. It had to be perfect. It's a nice way. We don't want to kill him. So.
The new braking system is in place, but now the boys have to turn their attention to clearing out their beloved garage.
You gonna miss it? Well, that shit's all. No.